you know good music when you hear it if you hit the guitar lesson for this riff. Parisienne Walkways by the legendary Gary Moore. So, how do we play this riff? What are my tips for playing this riff? Reasonably easy to remember, very difficult to get sounding right. You want to whack up as much reverb and delay as you got on your amp, nice warm distortion, and then you should be ready to get the sustain you need to be able to play these long bent notes. Well worth knowing your harmonic minor and your natural minor scale in A, particularly in first position. Whoa, first position. Worth knowing that position before you start because it'll act as a nice framework. Okay, let's get started with Parisienne Walkways. Now the reason it's quite easy to remember is because it just descends down the scale by one note each time, but it's a little bit more involved than that. The first one, you're going to be bending from the 10th fret on the high E to the 12th fret on the high E. Once you hit the correct note, it's worth checking, make sure your ears are in tune. So that you're hitting that E. Well worth checking. So that's the first part. And then always on the end of these riffs, you do the same bend again, quite quickly. And that will happen on the end of each one of these riffs. Next one, you're going to bend, this time not from the 10th, but from the 8th. And then the quick. Then the small half step bend from the 7th. The quick. Then I bend, rather than bending from here on the 5th fret, I'm going to change string to the B and play from the 10th fret again. Now we've shifted to harmonic minor when we do this bend. And then you get this descending, which is an arpeggio of A minor, which is on the 5th, the 7th on the D, the 2nd on the D, and then the 3rd fret on the A. Then you're ready to repeat the riff. Now a couple of things about the vibrato and the bending. On the bend, you bend up and then you try and vibrato at the end. The way to do that is with strength in this hand, and make sure that the second finger and the first finger here are supporting it. And it's more of a shake of the wrist than a pushing of the fingers. It should come from the wrist. It's like a whole arm should move. It's a difficult technique and takes experience to be able to do properly. You know, I find it very difficult to do all the time. But you know, it's something that if you work on it, just like all things, you'll be able to get better at it. The other thing is when you bend down on the finish of the, add vibrato onto the end of that note. Vibrato helps the sustain of the note and keeps it going for longer than if you just play the note. And really work on thinking about what you're playing on this riff. The notes aren't too difficult, but the bending and the vibrato, which is personal to you, is very important for getting a really unique sound that people want to listen to. I'm not saying that I can do it, but Gary Moore can, and that's what we're aiming to try and reach, is that standard of playing. And that's riff number 10 in my guitar series of lessons. How about you learn one of the other riffs which are coming up? If you're a subscriber, whack that like button if you enjoyed it. If you're not a subscriber and you enjoyed this lesson, as well as the other 10 lessons in the one video, then hit that subscribe button and it will help to allow me to create more videos for you. Hope you enjoyed it. See you on Sundays every week as normal with your free guitar lesson, your free inspiration to pick up the guitar. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for your awesome support. See you then.